We are living in a time of rising workload, increasing complexity, and persistent staff vacancies in histopathology throughout Ireland, the UK, and Europe. Against this backdrop, we take great pride in our histopathology team at Eurofins. Eurofins Patholology, founded in 2013 as the Medical Consultants Pathology Group, is a private laboratory based in Sandyford, Dublin, Ireland. We partner with public and private hospitals and specialist clinics to service the needs of Irish consultants and doctors. Every specimen and biopsy is processed on-site at our Dublin laboratory under the leadership of Sabrina Carter. By managing all histopathology in-house, we ensure exceptional quality, consistency, and peace of mind. When you work with us, you can be assured in advance that your specimens remain in Ireland and the diagnosis will be undertaken by one of our Irish Medical Council registered consultant histopathologists. In this video, we invite you to explore the fascinating world of histopathology, where a patient's biopsy is converted into a slide and high-resolution image, examined and diagnosed by a pathologist, who plays a vital role in determining a patient's treatment plan. Let the biopsy journey begin. A patient's biopsy is placed in a preservative at a hospital, packaged into green Eurofins transport sample bags, and arrives into Eurofins Pathology via our transport service called Eurofins Lab Link. Each biopsy has its own test request form and a chain of custody sheet. Samples are registered, patient identifiers are matched, all forms are date and time stamped and assigned a laboratory reference code. This code is adhered to the pot lids, sides of pots, and the front and back of the form. The biopsy is now ready to travel. Sample pots are placed into individual slots in trays and taken to the sample preparation room. In the sample preparation room, the scientist identifies what the sample type is and prints a cassette with the laboratory reference code. We assign a color cassette for each specimen type. For example, pink is prostate. They then remove the specimen from the pot, measure it, and write a macroscopic description, including color and size for the specimen. We have 4 downdraft benches, which extract vapors downwards during specimen dissection and processing. The scientist dissects or trisects the tissue, placing it onto a formalin pad inside the cassette. This is then sealed and racked with the other samples. We store the remaining biopsies for 4 weeks after results are authorized. The tissue sample is now transferred to the tissue processor. This instrument runs throughout the day and overnight, fixing, dehydrating, clearing, and infiltrating the tissue samples in the cassette with paraffin wax. The next step of the journey is the embedding station, where the machine dispenses molten wax into the cassette. This is left to cool, becoming rigid, and is now referred to as a block. The block then moves to the microtomy station. The QR code on the block is scanned, and the printer produces a unique patient glass slide, matching the patient reference on the block. The scientist trims the block and does a surface cut to remove the wax and expose the tissue. Additional cuts called sections, now thousandths of a millimeter in size, are added to a 47-degree water bath, helping to flatten them. The unique patient slide is gently dipped into the water bath, and the scientist expertly collects the floating sections of the tissue onto the slide. The slides rest on the side of the water bath to dry off and adhere to the glass. They are placed into staining racks and move on to the next part of the biopsy journey, called staining. Adding stain to a glass slide adds color and contrast to thin, transparent tissue sections, which allow the consultant to see cancerous cells, structural changes, or infections. The racks are loaded into a linear stainer, going through all the different colored baths depending on the staining cycle that has been set. Once the staining cycle has completed, they move into the cover slipper, which automatically dispenses a drop of mountant to adhere the cover slip to the glass slide, preventing any harm to the tissue. The slides are then racked up and left to dry. We are nearing the end of the biopsy journey. The next stop is a quality check to ensure we have captured smooth, high-quality histology sections, free of folds, wrinkles, or chatter, and a high-quality stain. The slides are then matched to their original blocks, making sure all patient and laboratory references match. The slides are then placed in a protective dossier and made ready for review by one of the consultants, who will then make a diagnosis. Another service we offer is immunohistochemistry staining, which involves the use of antibodies to detect specific antigens in tissue samples to help classify tumours and identify infectious agents. When an IHC test is requested, we take additional sections from the block and load it onto this machine based on the stain requested by a consultant. Time-sensitive slides can be added to any available drawer throughout the day without disrupting staining runs in the process. Eurofins never stand still, always looking to improve and innovate. This year, 2026, we have begun validation of our new digital pathology platform, the NanoZoomer, which scans standard and mega-sized slides, converting them into amazing images in high resolution, which can be reviewed digitally, enabling remote reporting, second opinions, and helping to improve training. We take the base layer and do a Z-stack, 2 above and 2 below. In a microscope you can zoom in and out, but a glass slide is flat, so to gain depth, we Z-stack to allow us to zoom in and out on the digital slide. Thank you for watching. For more information on our histopathology services or to discuss potential partnerships, please contact our medical secretarial office. We look forward to collaborating with you to advance your research and diagnostic goals and hope to hear from you soon.